Today I'd like to show you how the ScanCo MP2 label printing program can be a powerful tool for your organization. Once you launch the program, you'll see that you'll be able to choose multiple companies from the drop-down, and you'll be able to pick a warehouse. The warehouse that is chosen here will indicate which items you can print for. My warehouse 000 has all these items plus more in it, so I have the ability to load up more items here in the lookup. If I didn't see my item on the list, I can drop down, pick it. Maybe I want to do a range of items. I'll do all the items that start with a D. I've created a range here and decided that I don't want to print a label for D17, so I simply uncheck it. Next process is going through the print routine, where I can choose any one of my label designs. You're allowed to have multiple label designs, and each tab that you're printing from can have its own label design. You can choose your printer, and you can choose the print quantity. One label per item is a nice feature. Prints one label for each item that has a check mark next to it, back on the main screen. Quantity on hand. If you needed to label all these items, as you can see, I would get 7 for that item. Items that I don't have quantity on hand, I can still print a label for by simply going through the prompt me routine. And here on the quantity of labels to print, it'll default to the quantity on hand. You can see that that has happened now. And I can accept that. And I can move on, and I do want a label designed for D15. So I'm going to print one for that. And the last item that I had checked was D2000. I'm going to indicate that I need 2 for that one. All right, so what would have happened is my label design would be printing out on my printer now. What I can show you here is that for each of those items, this indicates I would have printed 7. For D1400. I have my description, my warehouse code, the date. If that needed to be on the label, it could be included. Additional fields that are drawn from the Sage database is max quantity on hand. We have a special date format where it's year, year, month, month, day, day. You could also place the time on the label design. Units of measure, pricing. And one neat feature is that if I had a stack of boxes and I wanted to label them so I knew that this was a complete set of boxes, I can have box 1 of 7, 2 of 7, 3 of 7, so on and so forth. So that's what you're going to see here is that I get 2 of 7 and 3 of 7, 4 of 7. I skip 3. There's 3. 3 of 7, 4 of 7, 5 of 7. Jump down, and here is my part for D1500. All the information I needed for my label. Any one of these pieces of information could be barcoded. So if I wanted a barcode for D1500, no problem. Warehouse code could be barcoded. Price could be barcoded. All right, my last item, I printed 1 of 2, 2 of 2. For the D2000. As you can see, all the additional information, including pricing, could be included on your labels. All right, next I'd like to show you another tab here. The lot serial tab has a couple options. You could key in or look up a serial number. Once you punch in a serial number, it's going to find any item that you have on hand that relates to that serial number or lot number. As we can see, this is a serialized item. I have 1 on hand for serial number 101. The top number is a lot controlled item. I have 9,704 on hand for that. Once again, you do have a lookup in case you want to find something unique in the list, bring it back. There's a serial number for a modem that I have on hand. Additional option here on the lot serial tab is to pick an item. The list is going to be populated with any items that are lot controlled or serialized. And by simply choosing your item number, the program will bring back all of the lot numbers or serial numbers that you have on hand for that item. Once again, if I decide I don't want to print labels for these two particular lot numbers, check them, go through the print routine. Once again, you can have a label design assigned to this tab, and you have the print quantity. Once those are addressed, simply hit print, and the results will be that for my 8971, I've produced one label. That's all I requested. And we can see my lot number here, all the additional information that was required or possible. And here is my second lot number. All right, moving on to the PO tab. If you enter a purchase order into your system and you want to print labels before the order comes, you can do a lookup, choose any of the POs that you have in your system. It'll bring back all the items on that purchase order. If you are receiving a range of purchase orders, no problem. Simply build yourself a range, and as you can see, the list will populate with all the items available for those orders. If the PO that ends in number 9 is not an order that I'm receiving today, I can simply uncheck it here and all the items will be relieved. I don't want to print labels for these particular items, so just uncheck them. Go through the print routine. This tab can have its own unique label design if you like. You can have one called PO. When you choose to print that, your labels will arrive at your printer, and the information that was needed for the labels will be presented. For receipts, we have the possibility of doing a current receipt. So any open receipt in your system will be listed here. Simply choose it, and all the items on that receipt with the lot numbers and the quantities received will be listed. By going through your print routine, once again, this tab can have its own unique label design. This one says receiving. I'll print that, and what I receive behind the scenes here is my label design. Also, nice feature that for during receiving is that if you go through the print routine and choose to prompt me, you can decide that, well, for this one particular lot number, I received 5 boxes. For this one, I received 4 boxes. And this one, I received 2. Now, I would receive the number of labels that I indicated. And additionally, I would receive box 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and on down the line. Here's my next item, 1 of 4, 2 of 4. And as I mentioned before, any of this information that you would like to have barcoded could be bin numbers, warehouse codes, whatever's required. Here's my last item for 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. Sales order tab, pretty much the same thing. As you can see, all the tabs are laid out pretty much the same. If you have a sales order that you want to create labels for so that you can process your shipping quickly and easily, just choose your label design. And once again, this can go through the process of giving you the unique box number labels. Go back and look at what would have printed. There's our first item on the order, and the shipping and sales order tab have some unique features that you can indicate how it was shipped, where it was shipped, who was billed for the product. And it does include that feature for the boxes, 1 of 2, 2 of 2. As you can see on down the line, all my items are included, would have printed out just as I needed. Shipping tab, this is any invoice that's open here. So if I decide that I want to print labels for an invoice that's going out the door right now, I have my information required here. and I can go through the process of creating the box labels that I need. So for this particular item, I had one box. This one's one box, and that one's 3 boxes. My print job goes to the printer, and here's all the information that it would have contained. Once again, item number, description, easy enough, stuff that you want on your labels. Maybe you do want the time and the date. Maybe you need a shipping label so that you need to know how it's going and where it's going. No problem. Once again, box 1 of 1. There's box 1 of 1. For this particular item down here, I had box 1 of 3. Once again, same item number, box 2 of 3. There's box 3 of 3. If you need to produce labels for your bins, no problem. Simply build yourself a range of bins that you need to print labels for. Or maybe one label got damaged, so you just need to print one, no problem. Once again, if I choose to not print for these particular bins, simply uncheck them. Go through the process of printing, and I have a very simple bin label here. When I choose to print that, the printer would receive a barcode and a human readable for my bin number. And I've indicated the quantity of labels that I needed here. That covers the MP2 program. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact us here at Scanco. Thank you. Have a good day.